Hello, I'm here with
Tala Alsharif, the president of SJP.
Okay, so right over here, if you want to pan over there, they have a rock painting going on right now for the Students for Justice in Palestine movement. So I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So first of all, why are you guys out here today?
We're here to raise awareness about the atrocities that are committed against Palestinians. Palestinians in Gaza have been under a siege for the past 16 years, and Palestinians in general in Palestine have been kind of under an occupation by Israel for the past 75 plus years. So we kind of want to raise awareness about not just the current events right now, but kind of to raise awareness about the things that preceded the past week or so.
So a lot of Students for Justice in Palestine groups have recently become very active on campuses in light of what's been happening. Some in particular have been very critical of Israel, obviously, and blame them specifically for the violence. Is that a position that your group holds?
Yes, we do. Israel has been committing these crimes against Palestinians. The state of Israel is the one that's kind of, the thing is that we have Palestinians in Gaza, which is an open-air prison, basically. 2 million Palestinians live there, and they have been suffering for the past, again, 16 years. And we have Palestinians in the West Bank that have also been under an occupation. And there's a lot that we can talk about in regards of Israel's crimes against Palestine. If you want to ask me about a specific thing, I can definitely answer that.
Yeah, I would like to know exactly what specific crimes you're referring to when you say that it's an open-air prison and things of that nature. What specifically are you referring to?
Okay, so in Gaza, again, they're under a blockade. It's very hard for resources to reach them. Recently, the electricity, food, water has been cut off from Gaza, and they actually have been told to evacuate, even though Israel knows that they can't leave, and they actually bombed the only safe route out of Gaza. So that's just one of the things.
So obviously this started when Palestinians crossed into a Israeli music festival and killed a lot of the people there. Do you condemn actions like that and others that have been conducted by Hamas recently that have been classified as terrorist acts?
So I think to answer that question, we kind of have to understand that it did not start with that attack. There are events that preceded it, such as genocide against Palestinians, discrimination against them, oppression that they have been facing for, again, 75 plus years. So I think we can't look at it as kind of something that came out of the blue, right? We kind of have to understand that there are preceding issues that have been going on, that Palestinians have been going through. You're asking me to condemn violence. I condemn violence. I condemn violence that I would ask you, do you condemn violence against the Palestinians for the past 75 plus years? And yeah, we don't support the violence. We don't want violence. We want peace for Palestinians. And we just want Palestinians to have basic human rights at this point.
So understandably, there's been war like you described in the past between the two groups, and this certainly wasn't the first violent exchange. However, this was the most violent single-day exchange that has occurred up to this point. Many groups have classified this as a terrorist act, and there have also been a lot of atrocities against, Israeli civilians, children specifically, that have been condemned widely. Are you willing, as a group and as an individual, to condemn Hamas for their terrorist acts?
We condemn violence, if that's what you were asking. We condemn violence. We're not going to sit here and say that we want violence to happen. If you're talking about the things that have been committed against Israeli citizens, I would tell you that there actually has been a lot of misinformation that has been going on. And I think it's important for people to educate themselves and kind of look at things from the perspective of Palestinians and not only look at things from the perspective of Western media. I think it's really interesting because Palestinians are always asked to condemn violence, but I think it's also important to ask Israel to condemn violence as well. I mean, would you ask Israeli people or people who support the state of Israel to condemn violence as well? Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, I would ask them similar questions. We don't have a group here on campus that's painting in support of Israel. I'm just asking you, I understand you condemn the violence on both sides, and of course, specifically though, do you condemn Hamas as an organization and as a terror group?
Okay, I think that the way that you have been labeling it as saying both sides, and you kind of are equating it as, we're kind of equating Hamas with Israel, right? Hamas does not have a military. We don't have. I'm not in here to support Hamas. Okay, just to let that out there. But I'm just saying that I don't think we should put them on equal footing. I think that Israel is the one that has a military. Israel gets funding from the U.S. government. $3 billion each year. So I think we need to kind of understand that there's a power imbalance going on, and there are both sides, the side of the oppressed and the side of the oppressor. And I think, yeah.
To be fair, just for the context of the interview, Hamas is a militant group. They do have a military force, and they are funded by states like Iran, which are well-funded states, and also possibly nuclear powers. So that
Okay.
to say that they're not a military group, I don't know, is completely
That's
fair.
not what I said. I don't understand why should I condemn anything? I mean, I'm not a part of anything. We are here in this university trying to raise awareness about Palestinians.
Right.
I don't think that we should only focus on Hamas. Maybe you could ask us other things about our organization. I mean, I think you have consistently asked me to condemn Hamas. I have not said that I supported them. I have not said anything about supporting the killing of anyone. If anything, I told you I do not support violence. So I think this is really important for people to understand about our organization.
Right.
And I think you guys should look at us as a student group who are raising awareness about Palestine, who are standing up for Palestinians who do not have a voice, who do not have the power. And I think, again, we condemn violence. We are not pro-violence. Again.
The reason I asked specifically about Hamas is because, to my knowledge, we've never had this group here in the past. Okay. We've never had this group here in the past, and up until this point, we have seen no pro-Palestinian support on campus. This has only happened after the act.
No, actually, let me correct you.
Yeah.
We have actually been preparing for this. We have been preparing for this organization for the past year or so.
Okay.
We did not just do it because of the current events. We have always wanted to stand up for Palestinians. I think with the events now, we need it now more than ever because there's a lot of misinformation going on around. And I think Palestinians need support right now. So I think it's important now, but we did not create it because of what happened recently.
Okay.
Again, there's an occupation that has been going on for 75 plus years. That is definitely why we started this organization.
Okay. Have you received any support from the community as far as other, community groups that have become involved or financially supported you guys or otherwise?
We have been getting support from the Arab American Community Center and the Arab community in general. And there has been actually a lot of non-Arabs and non-Palestinians who have been supporting us as well. So, this organization is not just for Arabs. It's for all ethnic groups and all people from different backgrounds. It's open to everyone. And
Okay.
Yeah.